This is Kim Smith, this is Radio Northwich, and it's Tuesday, it's the 2nd of June. The sun's come out here in Barons Quay, and I'm with the lovely Heather Thompson from Weaver Valley Rotary Club. Now, did you know about Rotary? Or have you been a Rotary person?
No.
Throughout your life? No?
No, I've kind of surprised myself by becoming a Rotary person. I've been in the Weaver Valley Rotary group about 2 years, and I was first introduced by my neighbour Helen, who was an existing member, and they were having a new member evening, and she said, "Oh, why don't you come along?" So we meet every fortnight on a Tuesday evening at 7:30 in the Kingfisher. And I think the whole purpose of the project that we're going to talk about, which is the podcast, is to try and show that it's a very inclusive group. So it doesn't matter male, female, whatever ethnic background you're from, whatever life experience you've had. I think there's something for everyone, and everyone can find something to contribute. I suggested last autumn that we might do a podcast series to promote Rotary in Northwich, and no one went, what a ridiculous idea. Everyone just was so supportive.
Sorry.
Where I think in it may be the case, we've all been involved sometimes in organisations or even at work, in work situations where something new gets knocked down, or something from somebody relatively new gets knocked down because it all sounds too difficult. It all sounds a bit unknown. But actually, the group has just embraced it. It came about because Rotary, each club is part of what's called a wider district. So we're organised into a district, and the district that we're part of had set up a public image fund. So basically they'd set up a pot of money that clubs could apply to help to raise the awareness of Rotary,
Brilliant.
What it does in communities,
Brilliant.
And to help to make it seem more approachable, more human, and to basically improve the public image, sort of what it says on the tin. And so this little light bulb went off in my head. And one of the reasons why it did is because I'm a massive fan of podcasts, and I think it's something that's a medium that's there that you can come back to,
isn't it? Yeah.
And it's you can get a podcast about anything these days, can't you? It's everywhere. But I listen to podcasts a lot when I'm just doing something else. And I think it's a really accessible way of being able to put information out there. Yeah. And we've got a great partner because the lady who we've worked with to produce the podcasts, a lady called Alyssa Germain from 10 Creative, she's been just brilliant and guiding us through the process and helping us. So she's our podcast partner. The money that we applied to the fund for is basically funding her to deliver this, do the editing,
absolutely,
and to put it on the platforms and to help us to actually produce these in something that looks like a reasonably professional manner.
No, I think it sounds fantastic. So did you, as you tell the idea, and then things are starting to move towards the podcast, which you are doing your very first podcast next week, did you say?
Yes, the trailer's already out.
Wow.
And a big shout out to our club member, Paula Cohen, who's been the voice of our podcast. So she's done all of the heavy lifting with doing the interviews of everybody that we've had on board for our podcast. So each podcast is sort of like divided into 3 elements. We have a member focus. So a member of the group talks about the sort of stuff you asked me.
Yeah, it's great.
How long have you been in Rotary? Yeah. Why did you get involved? What do you like about it? What sort of stuff do you do? So there's a member focus. Then there's a beneficiary focus, because obviously a Rotary across Northwich, all of the Rotary groups in Northwich do a terrific amount for local causes, and often that's not really understood, and those charities or organisations don't necessarily get to talk about what contribution that's been. So we then have an organisation or a charity focus where one of the groups that we've supported talks about what they do, what support we've provided, what impact they've had. And then the last thing is a focus on the events in Northwich. So the sorts of things, the big events, which our group as Weaver Valley is not necessarily that involved in. It tends to be, the bigger groups
Yeah,
that
totally.
have more,
Yeah.
that have organised those in the past, and they've done a terrific job. And no, I wouldn't want us to be claiming any credit for those things, but we're highlighting those events,
Of course,
as part of our podcast series. So we cover the Beer Festival and the River Festival and Fire Festival.
exciting times are coming because your podcast is going to be released next week. Oh,
Yes.
that's so exciting.
Shock horror, yes.
I know.
The trailer's already out. So the trailer was produced.
I'll be
and
sharing that in the
launched.
Radio Northwich group.
Fantastic.
The whole thing. I'll be sharing it in the Radio Northwich group
Please
later
do.
on. Absolutely,
yes,
I will. Yeah.
Please share the pants off it. It was, 2-minute long trailer, not too long to listen to. Absolutely gorgeous trailer, but then unbiased. So look for Salt of the Earth, Northwich People of Action, and then like and
I love
subscribe.
I love that. Northwich People of Action. I think it is fantastic. Really think it is fantastic.
Good.
Great title. Who chose the title?
So, actually, the idea for Salt of the Earth, there was lots of brain racking going on, but that came from Alyssa, our podcast lady. And it's perfect because it's got a double meaning, hasn't it? Because of the association with salt for Northwich, and because Salt of the Earth means good people.
Good,
doesn't it?
absolutely. I love it. Because you say about people, oh, we love him, salt of the earth, rolls his sleeves up, always there, never lets you down. Do you know what that is? That's a Rotary person, that is.
Exactly.
That is a Rotary person. Unless their legs hanging off, they will drag themselves like Lassie through a hoop of fire to get to wherever they need to be because they've committed themselves. No, that's how I feel. That's the standard I feel that the Rotary has in my eyes in Northwich. We're coming to the end of our chat with the gorgeous Heather, and Heather from Weaver Valley Rotary Club, which I've decided are going to be my Rotary Club. I'm going to be supporting them in anything that they have. I'll make sure we share it all over our social. Oh, you are more than welcome. Share it all over our socials, and particularly this podcast. Really, really exciting because it's a sort of a modern thing, podcast all the way forward. And you, young lady, you created the idea. And first podcast out next week.
Yes, episode 1 is out on Tuesday, the 9th of June. So do look out for it.
It's important that you look out, and it's important as well that you look and you listen. Now, I listen to podcasts. Can people get involved at that point? Do people message in at that point? Can people interact a little bit?
Absolutely. People engage through our Facebook page. So Weaver Valley Rotary Club, you'll find that on Facebook. So please do listen. Tell us what you think. Give us some feedback. We'd love to get some responses from residents and anyone that's listening to it.
So if you are listening and if you are interested, please give us a like. Please go to Weaver Valley Rotary Club Facebook page. Give that a like as well.
Definitely. And if you love our podcast, subscribe to it, listen to it, and give us some feedback.
Yeah, please.
And a big shout out as well to Alyssa, our podcast partner. If anyone out there ever needs to make a podcast, then
is she your
perfect
person?
lady to help. 10 Creative.